Hello everybody and welcome back. It has been a long time. I promise I have not died in the last few months. I have not been kidnapped. Nothing has happened. I've just been a bit lazy. I've not uploaded any YouTube videos. And to be honest, I took some time to breathe out during lockdown. And I hope that you guys have actually done the same. 2020 has been a stressful year for a lot of us. And I genuinely hope that all of you have been able to safely enjoy your hour walks. This video brought so much positivity into my life. So much. This was a life-changing video for me. And it's grown exponentially. We're now at almost 200,000 views. We're at 2,000 likes. Let's see, we've got some dislikes there as well. Well, we'll get into all that later. Today, I just want to look back. I want to look back on it. How long ago was it actually? 4 years. Wow, 4 years ago. That is crazy. Okay, without further ado, I'll jump right into the video, and as things progress, we'll look at, we'll maybe break it down a little bit more for you. I'll have a bit more of a conversation with you guys, and then after that we'll go into the comments.
Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be talking about going for an hour walk every morning on an empty stomach. It's something that's caused quite a lot of speculation in my life so far.
That is an unflattering view of me, but it's fine. We'll go with it. I look really different. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it. I mean, this was 4 years ago, but yeah, I already actually see a change in my personality, but we'll watch a bit more.
And to be honest, I can understand why. I do it to maintain weight more than anything else, and also just to get out and about and enjoy walking. At first though, that wasn't the case. At first, I didn't enjoy it at all. I felt really miserable, I felt really sick actually towards the end of it, and overall it just wasn't very enjoyable. But my perspective on it has really changed significantly, and I'd just like to show you why.
Huh. Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm already getting that I was a lot more young and naive back then. Yeah, definitely getting that impression. A lot has happened since this video. Life has happened to me. I've had some really great experiences. I've had some terrible experiences, just as anyone else has. But this video, I think back to it a lot. I think back to all of the lessons that just consistently walking an hour every day on an empty stomach did for me. It boosted my creativity. It gave me better circulation in my body. It helped my muscles recover faster. It gave me greater mental capabilities, which I'll probably touch on a bit more later on. But this video, it's safe to say it was life-changing for me, and it genuinely helped me out a lot in the last 4 years. We'll move on for now. Already coming in with that sick beat.
Right, so, straight off the bat, why on an empty stomach? Well, this can be quite a lot to listen to, so I'm also going to put it down in the description below. Okay.
I'm loving it. Okay guys, quick explanation and right in there, and then here's all the information right away. It's quite clear to see that back then I had the right mindset, which I'd like to think I still do now, but back then I was trying to provide a service. I wanted to actually just tell the world about this amazing thing I found, and that is the real place that I was coming from. In the beginning, I made a mistake. I made a mistake with my YouTube channel. I thought I should be a big personality. I thought that if I think back then I was watching people like PewDiePie, people like Deji and KSI, and I still really like watching KSI, but I saw a lot of these very big personalities, and I thought that if I was like that, if I was a big personality, then overnight I would just become popular and grow and be able to live out the YouTube dream, I suppose. And ironically, as soon as this video came out, it just started growing on its own, and I almost couldn't understand why. But over time, the reasons for that have become clear to me, and I'll touch more upon that as we progress.
Here goes. Because you haven't eaten anything right after you wake up, you have very low blood sugar levels and glycogen stores. Glycogen is carbohydrate that is stored in the liver and muscles, which is the fuel that you use during exercise. After consumption of your daily meals, the average body has enough energy in blood sugar and glycogen to carry out 65 to 85 minutes of exercise. So when you are no longer feeling sleepy and you do your cardio exercise later in that day, you actually have to burn through all that energy stored in glycogen before you burn through your stored...
Rocking the tank top look. I love it. I'm actually self-critiquing a bit right now. You know, I've been in situations where I've done a lot of public speaking now, and I've learned that one of the reasons that people like Donald Trump, I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm not for or against, we're not getting political, but one of the reasons that Trump won is he speaks in a very basic way. So he's actually able to more effectively communicate with 80 to 90% of the population. So that is why a lot of people felt like they could trust him over his opposition. Fun fact, we'll carry on.
So, to summarize, when you engage in moderate cardio on an empty stomach, you will burn through the small amount of glycogen you have stored and start burning your stored fat much sooner.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, I'm saying things like engage and consumption, and while I feel like most people understand these words, I feel like most people with a good grasp of the English language understand those words. You know, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying to be involved with or to eat instead of engage and consumption.
Wow. God damn. That is what I came here for.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's address this. Let's do it. Let's address this, right? Okay, in fact, let's return to yeah. Okay. 119 dislikes. Okay. So, I had a lot of comments in the beginning, a lot of very hateful comments, and a lot of them were of a religious nature. When I went up that hill, and when I was holding the camera and I said, God damn, this is what I came here for. What you got to understand is the context. And I feel like that word context is missing so much from this day and age. The context of this video is this is something that I want to give you, this amazing experience, this life-changing practice that you can do on a daily basis. I certainly didn't seek to offend. I certainly didn't want, you know, to upset anyone's religion or anything like that. I feel like that was taken out of context. And I would encourage each and every one of you to really try and, you know, broaden your mind a bit, keep a little bit more open-minded. You know, whenever you feel like you are going to be offended, whenever you feel like someone is trying to have a dig at you, you need to actually stop and ask yourself, why do you feel that way? Are you actually offended, or do you just think that you should be, but you're not? In any case, ran over. Guys, I love seeing the comments. I do. Like, I get a comment coming to my phone like once every 2-3 days from this video saying, oh, thank you so much for the video, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy your walks. And then sometimes I get the comment of, how dare you say God damn. I don't respond to them, you know, because ultimately I know within myself what the context is. Okay? That's my little bit of a response to that, but we'll move on and we'll focus on the positivity of this video and just everything that we can glean from it. Of course, enjoyment, first and foremost.
I enjoy walking because it is my natural inclination to explore and find new pathways and discover new things.
Natural
I've always
inclination.
been hungry to learn and develop myself, and I find that for me, walking is that in its purest form.
Wordsmith, 2016. Wow. Yes, I just said wow to my own content. Can you feel the ego growing? I'm not gonna lie, that I just impressed myself. You know, to me, that bit right there is what sold the video. That established the vibe, the feel, everything you can gain from this one simple practice. Yeah, let's carry on. Let's carry on.
I was shocked when I monitored myself after a 2.5 hour walk and found that I'd burned over 1,000 calories. Like seriously, what the hell? For the average person, walking for an hour burns over 415 calories. And that I'd burned over 1,000 calories.
Wow, that is crazy. I'm always very like, I will never ever tell you something that I don't know. So if I measured that, I forget now how I did it. But if I measured that and that's the figure I came out with, that is the figure I came out with. You know, and I'm kind of amazed to consider that that was how many calories that I would have burnt back then. I mean, certainly I remember, and I don't think to my memory I mentioned this in the video, but again, consult your doctor, disclaimer, you know, don't put any activities in the video, written disclaimer here. Um, if you can maintain walking over 50% of your maximum heart rate, your MHR, so let's say you're 20 years old, that is 220 minus 20 is 200. That's your maximum heart rate, okay? Now, 50% of that is 100. So if you can walk at just over 50% of your maximum heart rate, okay, then you'll trigger the right hormones required for fat burning, and you'll also burn more calories. And I vaguely remember that was the practice I used to ensure that I burnt so many calories. So just a small tip there for you guys, worth knowing. And again, I have to say, this is what I do. I'm not recommending what you do because I'm not a doctor. I don't have a doctorate. I'm not in a position, where I can recommend you to do these things. Yeah, we live in a crazy world, but we'll move on.
Like seriously, what the hell? For the average person, walking for an hour burns over 415 calories. It increases your metabolism too, which is always good for the weight conscious and stimulates mindfulness. You gotta exercise your head too, bro.
That is very true. You know, that's a great thing to bear in mind. One thing to know about fitness, if you're just getting into it, is that your metabolism will increase over time. Okay, you might not see immediate results, and that can be said for anything. You know, it will take time for your body to get used to it. So, with that in mind, there's certain tricks and methods for you to keep your metabolism high. Now, walking is one of those methods, but with any kind of exercise, eventually your metabolism will drop, even if you keep doing the same exercise. So there are various tricks out there. You can have a cheat day, for example, which will actually help boost your metabolism back up. And what you'll essentially have is you'll have peaks and troughs, but your metabolism will still stable out at a high metabolic rate. Worth knowing about, worth looking into. I remember when I was exercising and I plateaued, and it was the most frustrating thing ever. No matter how much exercise I did, I wasn't improving, my muscles weren't growing. So yeah, sometimes all you need is to actually just throw in a cheat day. You know, look into these things. They're really worth knowing about.
Just being is enough. And with the awe-inspiring power of nature and the magnificent constructions of mankind, it's kind of hard not to be both proud and grateful to be here. Letting your senses be filled will leave your body feeling invigorated and start the day anew feeling revitalized.
Wow, that's telling. Like I said, well, do you know what? I do feel like, yeah, there's been a slight personality shift since this video. Yes, you know, thinking about the machinations of man, thinking about the wondrous inventions that we have come up with. Some of those things are very, very inspiring. But I have, it actually took me watching the old me now to realize this. I think over time, I've actually internalized a very negative view of humanity. There's a lot that's happened, and we're not just talking. Okay, thank you, Google. Thanks for that. Much appreciated. Ah, you made me lose my flow. Um, yeah, so I've internalized a lot of negativity or negative views with regards to humankind, and I think it mainly happened when I actually started seeing humanity as a virus. I know that those are quite big words. I think Jason Momoa as well. He said something similar, and it kind of just stuck in my head. And yes, in many ways we are very much a virus. We're consuming at a relentless rate. The planet is literally heating up in an effort to kill us off in the same way as a host does to a virus that is contaminating the body. So yes, in many ways, we are the same thing as a virus. Now, while I don't necessarily have faith in humankind anymore, I have faith in the individual, and even more so in the individual's ability to bring people together. In the same way as I've done with this video, in the same way as we now have a bit of a community growing, in the same way as 200,000 people have seen this video, and many, many, many of them have now adopted a much healthier habit for themselves. And there is no reason why each and every single one of us cannot do the same thing for ourselves and for the planet and for each other. So, rant over. Let's carry on.
Not to mention, there really is nothing better for your mind than starting the day with a sense of achievement. Usually I let my daft, playful side come out when I'm walking, and I end up running through the waves or doing a bit of parkour.
The cringe is real. The cringe is real.
Social inclusion seems to be missing a lot nowadays. We're always so caught up in...
And I'm watching this during the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. Wow, does that not speak volumes on its own? Let's carry on.
Work and our daily lives that we rarely connect with others. These were two awesome guys, just out doing some photography. I really liked the scene behind them, so when they came back, I got to know them and asked if I could record this clip you're watching. They were really cool about it and agreed to go back again just so I could take the shot. People seem to think the world is a big scary place, but to be honest, that's mostly just the news.
Yeah, I still remember talking to them. Wow, such a confident, ballsy young man. And nothing's changed. And nothing's changed. Can you hear the ego just like... Nah, but in all seriousness, I really like connecting with people. I really do. I see so much potential in people, and I sometimes really, really want everyone to be able to see that in themselves. Sometimes all it takes is for you to step outside of yourself and look at yourself from a dispassionate point of view and say, do you know what? You are actually so immensely capable and worth so much. And it's actually thinking back to times like these and speaking to these lads and saying to them, would you mind at all if I just quickly take a shot of you doing what you just did? Because that looked amazing. And having that connection. It's times like that make me reflect. Anyways, I'm not gonna go all soft on you. Let's carry on.
I'd take walking over watching the news any day.
So I just met these two lads behind me now in the distance. So massive shout out to them because I asked them if I could take a wee scene of them, as you just saw on the God, I don't know what to call them, on the stilts out there, and I just thought that scene looked beautiful. They were already in the middle of some kind of photography shoot, so kindly waited until they were done and then just went up and said, wow, that scene looks really good. Would you guys mind if I took a little video of you for my vlog? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? So that's awesome. I'm really, really chuffed I got that, and I met 2 new really nice people, so I'm happy.
That's it. I think going back to what I was saying earlier, this video was me being genuine in the same way that I am with you right now. You know, this video that I made was a break from trying to be this big personality, and was me just being real. Just talking to the camera and basically just describing how I was feeling, what was going on within me, and what I was doing. And that was it. It amazes me to think that I tried to milk the system and be this big personality so I could grow my channel and reach more people. And then the moment I stopped doing that, the moment I actually just be me, be real, be genuine, be authentic, that's when all of a sudden, bang, 200,000 views. That's crazy. It's definitely been a big lesson for me in life. It was when I started seeing this video become popular, I actually realized that I had many different versions of myself. I realized that I had a work me, I had a dating me, I had a chilling at home me. And all of a sudden I started to realize, wow, I didn't actually realize, but yeah, I do actually act differently in different settings, different social situations. And it took a while for me to actually fine tune myself to just be the same person, but also a high quality one that could fit into all these situations and be real. And since doing that, it has brought a lot of peace to my life. I don't feel the need to please or impress people as I did when I was a young man back then. You know, I didn't feel the need to, I'm still a young man, I didn't feel the need to make others feel good around me. I then started focusing on being happy and being me. And I found that being happy is contagious. I found that focusing on having a good time, being enthusiastic, people will pick up on it and they will naturally feed off of your happiness and enthusiasm. So sometimes you don't need to worry so much, you know, what this world is up to and what everyone else is preoccupied with. Sometimes you just got to focus on you, and sometimes focusing on you is how you change the world. We'll carry on.
Sure wouldn't mind living here. Fitty is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful.
Biggest understatement ever. Like, if you're ever in Aberdeen, check out, okay, so it's called Fitty here, but it's also referred to as Foot D. So yeah, definitely worth checking out.
I mean, look at this. Looks like there's just little secret hideaways. Absolutely incredible.
We literally move and change as a result of the things we experience. In that case, opening yourself up to rich experiences and wonderful environments just makes sense.
Looks like the circus has come to town. And this time, it isn't me.
God. I was such a daft
This is gonna
guy.
be my future home.
Nothing's changed, eh? Okay. I can see why you guys like this video so much. I mean, yeah, it's...
Really hope you guys enjoyed that.
yeah.
Now it's time to walk all the way back. But you know what? I don't think I'm gonna mind. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Wow. How long was that? That was 6.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes. And I got all that in there. I don't know what I was doing back then, but I was doing something right. Wow. Do you know what? It's not often that I don't really have a lot to say, but I do feel like I feel kind of a happy quiet come over me. You know, yeah, that was a good job done. And you know what? I'm just gonna put it out there. You know, that literally took me an afternoon to make. An afternoon to make in terms of the post-production. So there was the morning walk, came back home later on, and then the afternoon was when I edited everything. Over the course of a few years, it brought in a lot of money. You know, I remember it was around 150,000 views, I'm guessing, and this was just before YouTube changed its policies and, excuse me, this was just before YouTube changed its policies, and I was actually at about £150. You know, I made £150 for something that took me an afternoon. Of course, that took years to accumulate, but it was well worth it. And it was something I enjoyed doing, and I could still give you guys something. I am truly honored and humbled to have made a community of people. You know, and like I say, I'm only on 860 subscribers, which, and I say only, like, I do value that so much. But in the broad spectrum, in the whole game of YouTube, 860 is not a lot. But at the same time, I still get comments and I see people reacting positively to the things I've made. And you know what? It just feels great. It feels great to see people think, to see people internalize, take something from my videos. I really do appreciate all the engagement. So thank you, everyone. In fact, not just everyone, but the individual watching this right now. That's important for me to know, that I'm talking not only to everyone watching this, but to you as a person, the individual watching this video. Thank you so much just for clicking, just for, you know, coming and joining me on my journey. It's been real. It's been great. And I hope to make so much more. Okay, right. So let's go into the comments. I had no idea we had that many. 373. Okay. I wake up at 4:45 a.m. every day, brush my teeth and wash my face. At 5 a.m. I go for an hour walk before eating. Good job, Legion Iscariot. Very nice, you know. And, you know, genuinely, like, even just seeing that, you know, makes me smile. It's good to see other people engaging and practicing this activity, because I am aware, like uniquely aware, how much it does for you. So I really hope that you're still going. I really hope you're still going. Walking, whether it's early morning or later on in the day, walking gives you time to think and remember what's important to you. I always feel amazed at all of God's creations. Beautiful scenery, where are you now? And I will have likely replied, yeah, I have replied to that. It's very true. You know, walking first thing, it puts so much into perspective for me. I try my best, right? I've got my shoes and my trousers right next to my bed. You know, as soon as I wake up, I get changed and I go, right? And I find that waking up to the day, it's just such a beautiful way to start the day. It's such a beautiful way to get into the right frame of mind, start the day with a sense of achievement, and the rest of your day has the right vibe, the right mood and mental frame, and you go forward with positivity and vibrancy throughout the rest of your day, just as a result of going out there first thing. It makes me think about goals. It makes me think about the things that truly matter most. And I find that because I do that, I have the right priorities on a daily basis. The days I don't do it, I have noticed I don't really think that much about it. The days I don't do it, the days that I have like gone on Facebook straight away, or been looking at Instagram or something like that, it's got a much more detrimental effect on my mood and my positivity. I found that I'm focusing more on the social game, or, you know, looking at what other people are doing, or focusing on things that are not necessarily relevant to me. Worth knowing about. Let's carry on. I've said here, I thought you all might appreciate this while listening to Robert Greene's audiobook Mastery during my walks. He mentions how many of the world's masters' #1 habit was walking. They would frequent the town or nearby forests, and this would serve as inspiration for their creativity and fuel their ideas. Conclusion: there sure is something to purely walking if it created some of the greatest minds to have walked the planet. There you go. There you go. It's, again, testament to the wonders of simply walking. It seems that success in life comes down to actually mastering A lot of basics. Get enough sleep, eat the right foods, drink enough water, right? Do simple, basic movements, you know, and everything else just kind of falls into place. I found this comment quite interesting. In the army, we always exercised before we ate breakfast. Right, I said, I find that quite interesting because in a role like that, I would have guessed that you'd need to keep quite a degree of stored fat to put up with the intensity of army life. That's a fair point. That's a fair point I made. That's interesting. And that is true, but I'd also imagine that the less you weigh, the more productive, the more functional your body is. So I suppose you would actually prefer to have less stored fat. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up there. I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's been good. It's been a bit of a nostalgia trip, but it's been really good to look back on everything and to, yeah, just to see all of your wonderful comments again. So, with that being said, I will see all of you guys in the next video. Welcome back. Let's make some more. All right. Goodbye.